Hey guys, welcome back.
And if you're new here, thanks for joining us today.
So today we're gonna go...
Lexi's doing the introduction today.
In the middle of a video. Okay. So today we're gonna go over Lexi. Can you say what it's called? It's called La Dura. LADUTA. And it's an awning.
It's an SUV car awning.
For your truck, for your SUV, for your car, for your tiny trailer, whatever you want to put it on. It's portable, it's compact, it's lightweight, it's really good material.
It's green.
It comes in multiple colors. Although the one we chose is in green. And that is what we're going to go over today. We purchased this so that we can have with us when we were camping in a non-urban area. So for example, when we went to the Delaware State Forest, or when we did my birthday camping trip that we went to the Depew Water Management Land. So this is a great awning to have for any small
reminder. It's Lexi's dinner time.
Now you know why she's screaming. It's Lexi's dinner time.
It's 10 o'clock on the dot and she's already asking for dinner.
Yeah.
So we'll try to wrap this video up as quickly as possible. But yes, we decided that we wanted an awning for moments that we weren't at a Boondockers Welcome in somebody's home, or the harvest host, you know, that was like a parking lot, like at the tractor trailer. We could have used it at farms, but since it's basically a one-night stay at Harvest Host, I don't recommend it for a one-night stay. Anything that's longer.
It's not hard to deploy.
It's not.
Basically, it has extendable legs that break up in like 3 or 4 different pieces. That gives you the ability to decide the height that you want one end of the awning. And then on the other end of the awning, you basically can use paracord,
Right.
Paracord, or you can use bungee cords.
That's what we used.
What I decided to use was bungee cords, just because it was easier. So what we do is that we open the truck camper and we use the flip top.
Right.
The flip top window.
Not the tailgate, but the top part of it.
Right. And then we put it over that, and it goes just barely over it, and it has eyelets. So I put one part of the bungee in that eyelet, and then I bring the other part of the eyelet, the other part of the bungee hook, and I hook it in inside the wheel well. And it holds really well in there. The other part of it has also eyelets, and the poles that it brings, that breaks down in 3 or 4 pieces, I can't remember exactly.
Right.
At the end of it, it has a protruding piece of metal, and you put that through the eyelet of the awning. And then the bottom, you can stake it with tent stakes, or you can also wrap a bungee on the top and hook it to the bottom with tent stakes. And it has a little window.
It does.
A little Velcro window.
So if you have it, once you have it up deployed, if you decide that you want to, it basically rolls up and then holds with like Velcro. And it's, I don't know why it's screened, because it's not like you're inside, but you can look outside of your truck bed, window out through that little screen. I don't know, it's just cute. I don't think it's necessary in any which way or form, but it is a cute little feature that it has. It does come in multiple colors, and like Lou said, all those parts get put together very easily. They're all pretty much attached. It's just a matter of putting it, like connecting it together, and then it comes right off.
Right,
and it's
like
almost like a bungee, like
a
a
rubber band inside.
Yeah, so those pieces will always stay together. You can never lose them. It's just
And
a matter
also-
of assembling.
Also, the bag, the storage bag that it brings, the instructions to deploy the awning are sewed into the bag.
Yes.
So you can never lose those instructions. 'Cause you'd have to lose the bag to lose the instructions, but they're inside there. You're not going to lose them, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
Everyone should do that. Everyone should just sew it to something.
Because
And
instructions are so easily lost, or they just deteriorate when it's paper. So yeah, that was something she was impressed with.
yeah. And the inside of the awning has I guess you could call it a skeleton. It's a crisscross skeleton and one that goes completely across.
Right.
And each corner has a little tiny pocket. You insert it. You bring the rod all the way to the other side, insert it in the other side. You do that crisscross, and then you do the one in the middle. And right at the center, it has two strings that you tie, and it keeps the 3 rods tied together, keeps them from moving, I suppose. But it's super easy to deploy, super easy to take down.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, it's super easy to fit back in the bag.
Yeah. I mean, she could basically do this on her own. Both times I helped here and there, not even throughout. But I would say one person doing this by themselves might take, 10 minutes?
At the very most, yeah. Once you
It's
do it
pretty
once,
fast.
maybe the first time would be the time that it would take you the longest.
Because you're looking at the
'Cause-
instructions and stuff.
Right, because you haven't done it before, so you don't know exactly what are the steps. But once you figure out your process, you can do it in no time.
Right. Once you figure out which pieces go to which side, what is part of the skeleton and what are the legs and all that stuff, because they all look pretty similar. But yeah, like the main functions or features about this, or the best parts about it, is how portable it is, how lightweight it is, and even for it being lightweight, it's very heavy duty material. Yeah, the compactness of it, that it comes apart and it's all still together. And the sizing of it, since it's so small, you can basically store it anywhere. We have it inside the electrical closet of our truck bed camper build, but we can easily put it underneath the inside of our trailer, what we call the garage area. It's basically the storage underneath the trailer, or even underneath one of these seats, and not take up any space at all.
Yeah, I would say that the bag at the very most, it's under 2 feet, maybe like 18 inches altogether when you put it all inside the bag.
Yeah.
It's also affordable. It's not a very expensive awning. There are much more expensive awnings than this one, which again was the reasoning behind it. I wasn't sure if we were going to use it. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a novelty item. Like it looks great, but then you go to use it and you're like, yeah. But it wasn't. It was a lot of fun to have it. And the window that Angie's talking about, if you're inside the awning and you want to look up to the sky, you can't because the awning is there.
Right.
But if you have that little window open, you can definitely look up to the sky.
Yeah, you can see through to see if it's cloudy out or whatever.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. Again, we didn't use it as much as I would have liked to have used it, because the majority of our stays were 1 night, maybe even 2 night stays. But if you're going to be somewhere longer than that, even though it only takes 10 minutes to put up and 10 minutes to take down, it's still time consuming, and you may not want to invest that time for a 1 night stay.
The thing is that we're using the vehicle for everything.
Right.
So even if we were staying somewhere multiple times, multiple days, for instance, when we were in Massachusetts, we'd stay 10 days in Massachusetts. But that was a vehicle that we were sleeping in, and that was a vehicle that was taking us out to adventure. So deploying the awning at night to take it down in the morning, to deploy it at night to take it down in the morning, it gets old.
Right, to go to wherever we were going to hike, or where we were going to go eat, or whatever we were going to explore. So
Exactly.
it didn't make sense for something like that.
Right.
But if you're going to go somewhere, like I said, we went to the Delaware State Forest, truck's going to stay parked wherever it is that we're camped, because that's where we're sleeping, and then we're going to explore on foot. That was perfect.
And the same for Angie's birthday when we stayed at the Poys, or the Pew, the Poys. We have no idea.
The Pooh.
We were there an entire weekend, and so once we got there, we deployed it. It stayed up the entire weekend. It served us well. It kept us from the sun. It sprinkled a little, and it kept us from that as well. So if you're staying stationary and that's the only a vehicle you're using, then I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I don't recommend it for somebody that has an RV, a travel trailer, fifth wheel, anything of that sort. Well, yes, you can use it. I don't recommend it for something like that. I recommend it for smaller vehicles, for the van lifers, for the SUVs, for the car camping, things of that sort. Maybe even a small teardrop trailer that might not have an awning, like our very, very first one that we had for our honeymoon trip. That would have been great on that. But like a bigger type of recreational vehicle, I wouldn't recommend this particular one for it. And we will have this particular, the exact same one that we bought on Amazon, down below in our Amazon store affiliate link. So it's not going to cost you anything extra to purchase it from our link. But if you do buy it from our link, just because it's going to be easier to find, then we'll get a little kickback, a little commission from that purchase that you make. So definitely check it out and see what other products are in our store, not just from our truck bed camper, but our RV that we use all the time. It's listed inside that store.
And it'll help us out, and we really would like you to lend us a hand and go to our store and purchase some items.
So this is our last product review for our truck bed camper. If you haven't seen the series, I highly recommend go to our playlist and click on that season 4 truck bed camper, because that playlist has the build out of our truck bed, has our 35-day camping trip, plus that 4-day birthday trip that we did, and now these product reviews that we use inside that truck bed. But that's it. That's the end of our season 4 truck bed camping adventure. Not that we're not going to be adventuring in it. We still will be taking mini trips here and there, but we're moving on to the next phase of our RV living, and you're going to have to check out next week's video to see how season 5 opens and what's going to happen there. So if you enjoyed this particular product, and most importantly this whole season, please give us a big thumbs up. Drop your comments down below on what it is that you're using for shade when you're out boondocking.
Please help us grow, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well, so you can get notified every time we upload a video. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Bye guys. And yes, some of you are going to comment down below, now go feed Lexi. That's exactly what we're going to do. Bye.